there's a lot of things I could be talking about this week, because there was a lot of stuff going on, like all that trans shit, but I don't feel like it, because the big story, of course, was what the Supreme Court did yesterday, that they defied expectations by many that thought, oh, they're just going to find a way to uphold Kazmarek's bullshit ruling, or the Fifth Circuit's bullshit ruling, limiting the FDA, you know, things that really are not for the courts to decide. And instead, on a 7-2 vote, and you could expect who the two dissenters were, old Alito and Thomas, and they decided to restore the mifepristone or RU-486, the current guidelines back, and so it's legal all over the country. Of course, they'll say, well, some states, you know, with their restrictions, but anyway, it's all a bunch of shit. But it's just, to me, first of all, they're pending all these appeals. There's not just appeals in the, you know, with the Texas thing, but there's also that with the Washington deal, and I'm sure there's other cases that I don't know about. But the thing is, the thing is, why the hell any of this is up for debate? But of course, these wackos can't stand the fact that women are rejecting the traditional family. This is what it's really about, folks. A lot of this is a rebellion against the 60s. And a lot of that was excess, granted. But abortion was one of the prime issues then. Although, unlike a lot of people who really don't know what they're talking about, it was actually the medical profession that was ahead of feminists. It wasn't really feminists, it was the AMA, which spearheaded the legalization of abortion in this country after the Finkbein disaster. And I've talked about Sherry Finkbein and the thalidomide deal in earlier videos. But that really spurred it. And then later, yes, feminists got in there and said this is part and parcel of women's rights, because if women don't have control of their reproduction, everything else is not possible. Nothing else is possible for them to participate in society. But the anti-abortion nutters, they don't see women as human beings. They're just things to fuck and things to have babies. Kind of like the male left. Only the male left also thinks women are just commodities to be bought and sold. Prostitution, pornography, that bunch of crap. But the anti-abortion people have this mindset that that's all women are for, that the traditional family, patriarchal, has to be buttressed at all costs. And what was part and parcel of the traditional family was women being forced not only to have sex with their husbands, but also be forced to have any babies resulting from it, because in the times of yore and, you know, coverture and stuff, women were just property of men. They were just sexual property, and to have an abortion was basically, and is basically, they see it as a crime against the husband, because the kids are his property and all this other bullshit. But anyway, but they've always been extreme. So I don't know why this author, well, he's kind of gets into paranoia, old Mark Stern in Slate, but, well, they went too far for this Supreme Court. Well, no, they've always gone too far, because they don't think women are human. They've never been. And, I mean, some of them have done the offensive thing of taking such feminists such as Susan B. Anthony and twisting her life and her beliefs to suit their crap. And that's all been debunked, that she was ever anti-abortion. I mean, that's just totally been debunked. But that hasn't stopped them from using her name to further their aims. But feminism and anti-abortion nuttery are antithetical. They're just totally opposite, just like transgenderism and feminism are not compatible either. Because you have one side that sees women as things to masturbate to, or objects just to be, or resources to bear babies and be sexually accessible. And then you have the other side that sees women as human beings that have the right to say no to male sexual pressure and sexual access. So, anyway, at least women are in the United States, at least where abortion is still technically legal, they got a reprieve. Now, who knows how long with this court it's going to last. But, anyway, old Alito, let's see. Oh, that was not. This is not. This is April 14th. This is the wrong goddamned article. Why the hell do I want this crappy article? I want the other one. Yeah. That was Alito's earlier thing. Yeah, here we go. That's April 14th. Fuck, damn it. That's not the one. Fuck it. Can't even find the right damned article. God. This, what the hell? Good Lord, I can't even find the damned article. That was late yesterday. Okay, here it is. Yeah, this is the one I want. Yeah, this is the one. CNN. I got the wrong damn one. That was the earlier decision with old Alito. Yeah, this is the one we want to keep. And it said it protected access to a widely used abortion drug by freezing lower court rulings that placed restrictions on its usage as appeals play out. As a result, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration's approval of the drug, mifepristone, and subsequent actions that made it more easily accessible will remain in place while appeals play out, potentially for months to come. The Friday night move is a striking victory for the Biden administration and its allies in the abortion rights community, which suffered a withering defeat in the Supreme Court last year when the conservative majority reversed Roe v. Wade precedent that protected abortion rights nationwide. The court's brief unsigned order did not explain why it granted the request by the Biden administration and manufacturer of the drug to intervene. Justices Clarence Thomas and Sam Alito publicly dissented. The votes of the other justices were not disclosed. So, how the dispute over medication abortion is ultimately resolved could make it more difficult for women to obtain abortion, even in the states that still allow it. Yeah, but they don't have any business even being involved in that. But the anti-abortion groups have to be able to shame women as sluts, and they can't do that if women are taking pills at home. There's not enough of these people out there to stop every woman from doing this. And that's what really have them upset. But what I really get mad about is the media keep playing this as if it's polarizing, that that it's like half and half, and half are favored, half are not. It has never been that way since Roe v. Wade came into being, even before that. It's never been that way. It's always been a loudmouth minority. That first it was the Catholic Church, and then these evangelicals decided to join in when they couldn't play the race card, and they had to latch on to abortion as a way to gain political power in the Republican Party. It's never been. It's never been. It's always been a minority. And they're going to find this out. And like I said, this is the only thing that really saves the Democratic Party's ass right now, because it's been hostile to women's rights, as we know, openly hostile to defend the cross-dressers and such, and abortion way overshadows that trans nonsense, and that's the only thing that saves their hide. So anyway, they're kind of playing it cool, I think, the anti-abortion nutters, because they want to get the White House, and they think they have the Senate in the bag. I would not, even though there are many more seats for the Democrats to defend than the Republicans have in 2024, I would not bet the farm on any of it, on the outcome. So they're very much mistaken if the public's going to stand for this with their bullshit. Their anti-woman bullshit. Anyway, that is going to be it for right now. And I'm pretty tired, so anyway, that's it.